have to wait for him.
Sit down, it'll be like a baby's bum.
Can I have a shave here?
Sit up, sit up. We'll just do a little hot towel and then you'll be all little fella. We'll get you one of those little seats. We'll bring you sorry about that. Just a little nick. We'll fix that up. Nice. That feels good. No problem. Oh, how much? Oh. There we go. Nice.
Hey, over here.
I don't like. Hey, Francis, you want to sharpen these clippers?
When an early morning controversy propelled Fritz from the brownstone to the fishmonger's and left me to fend for myself, I procured an egg and anchovy sandwich from the drugstore.
It's very, very nice to meet your acquaintance. Yeah. Yes. You'll have to wait.
Mr. Goodwin, we are here.
Yeah, wonderful. Do you have a reservation?
You told me once people in danger only have to mention your name.
Yeah, well, sometimes I talk too much.
And Mr. Wolfe, he is a great man. Two great men.
No, he's a great man. I'm just a caddy, and I... Oh, yes. Barbershop Carl. Name's Carl. Yeah, and Tina, right? Yes, I didn't recognize you with a hat on.
We love this country.
We love this country.
Where do you see Chillicothe, Ohio?
Is that west? We want to go west. But you see, we don't know where to go. This Ohio, maybe. We need your help. I have $50 here.
Please, we must escape this danger. We must escape it. We must.
See, we do love this country.
Sure. Oh, no, it's fine. Really, no problem. If you insist. Yes. Now, tell me about this danger.
I met Tina 3 years ago in a concentration camp in Russia. I would tell you why, but believe me when I tell you, they would never have let us get out alive.
But you are alive.
They think we're dead.
Vargas was not our name. We took that name back in Istanbul.
No places and no people.
Yes, you're most right. So, at a certain time, in a certain way, we crossed the ocean.
We try very hard to come to this country according to your rules, but it was in no way possible.
Since we are here, I could say that we would be healthy and happy beyond our dreams, except for the danger. We do not know what minute someone will come and ask us how we got here. This minute that went by, it was all right. No one asked. But then there's the next minute, and the next minute, and the next minute.
And now the danger has come. This morning, a man came to the barber shop and he asked us questions. An official, a policeman detective. He asked about Carl and I. I told him we were DPs from Italy, but tomorrow he will return and he will ask to see our papers. We can't go back there. We have to leave New York today. Now!
Tell him what he asked.
Oh, he asked about last night, about where I was and what I was doing from the time the shop closes, 6:30 from then on.
And he went and talked to everyone in the shop. He asked the same thing.
We left. We went home and we packed. But then we decided we don't know where to go, so we decided the best thing would be to come to you.
And Mr. Wolfe.
Carla likes you the best of all the customers. And you only tip him a dime, so it's not that. I have noticed you myself. The way you look, like a man who would break rules.
Damn it! Beat it! Don't you get it? You left. That alone tags you. What were you doing last night? Breaking more rules?
No, we went straight home as usual.
We were asleep by 10:30. Ah, you're here. Where were you? You were gone today. What happened, huh? Oh, you look on your face. We being naughty? Tell me what'd you get? What'd you get? Huh? What's the surprise?
Time magazine for
Time
you.
magazine, yes.
Life magazine.
Oh, Life magazine. Very good, very
Now,
good. Oh,
now.
What? Oh,
An American toaster.
was it expensive?
No. Mr. Weinstein gives me a very good price.
Look. What's this?
Peanut butter. Taste it.
I love this country.
Oh, it's good, isn't it?
Well, if you're clean for last night, why didn't you just stay put this morning?
You are an American. When a policeman asks you a question, everyone in your country answers with you. Two people alone cannot answer a policeman's question. They need a country. Tina and I, we have no country.
Archie, what the devil is going on?
This Carl here from the barbershop and his wife Tina. You've seen her too. They were just a little grumpy. All right, you bought yourself a detective. Now, you need to just stay put. I'm going to talk to Wolfe. I'm going to go to the barbershop. I'm going to try to straighten this whole thing out. Now, important. If you hear a buzzer, bring Mr. Wolfe a bottle of beer, but do not open it. Man, you save that for a lawyer.
Thank you.
Beer is in the fridge right over there.
Thank you.
Buzzer, bring beer, not to be opened.
Thank you.
Buzzer. Beer. Don't open. Buzzer. Buzzer. Beer. Don't open.
Amma deresi, amma derin içine ne yaz? İnce Allah.
I'm going out.
Where?
That pair of foreigners got themselves in quite a mess.
What do you intend to do?
It's a little detective work, not in your class. You can dock my pay. Oh, by the way, Fritz is still out here wrestling with the fish there, so if you ring for a beer, that woman will bring it.
Well, did you tell her
That she puts ice in it, yes, of course.
Phooey.
My campaign against the danger was to be simple and easy. I would begin at the Goldenrod barbershop. I would get in Ed's chair, ask for a shave, and find out just how dangerous the danger was.
I'm a customer here. Come on, what's going on?
Customer.
But it was neither simple nor easy.
Hurley!
Let's go. What are you looking at?
Hurley! Tell him to let me in, will you?
Yeah.
It's gonna turn into another one of these Nero Wolfe babies? Not unless you turn it.
Yeah.
I'm a customer here. I'm just here for my shave and trim.
Yeah, your man Graboff's busy. Ha!
You gonna be long there, Ed?
Just a minute, Mr. Goodwin.
All right, I'll just pass the time talking to you there, Pearlie.
I don't feel like talking.
Does the corpse have a name?
I don't feel like talking.
All right, well, I can talk to other people. I can maybe do some interviews with the personnel, maybe help you solve the case.
As long as you're here. You know a guy works here, takes the coats and hats, named Carl Vardas. His wife's Tina. She's the manicure.
Yeah, well, I know him well enough to give him a dime, when he takes my hat and coat. Tina, I don't know, because I do my own nails. Why are you asking?
You know, there's no law against you coming in here for a shave, Goodwin, but just the sight of you around a murder gives me an itch. For the record, did you see this guy Vardas or Tina this morning?
Yes, they are in my kitchen right now. That's why I came down here, so maybe if you hurry...
Cannon a gag. They killed a cop. Well, one of them did. Right there, behind that manicure booth this morning. Stuck a long pair of scissors in his back, got his pump. Guy was a dick from the 20th precinct, Jake Wallen. By the time he was found, they gone.
Any prints on the scissors?
We don't need prints. Didn't I just say they land?
So what, you came here to take somebody in, or what?
Yeah. I can't prove it, yet.
You know what, do you know what he was following?
Oh, jeez. You know, why don't I just save myself the time, huh?
I'll tell you what, you know what I would do if I were you?
You're not me. I'm not going to get rid of you otherwise. Okay, listen. Last night, around midnight, two pedestrians hit by a car at 81st and Broadway, both killed. The car keeps going. The car's discovered later at 96th and Broadway. It's hot. Wallen phones the owner of the stolen vehicle, asks him if he has any connection with this place, the Goldenrod Barbershop, if he knows anybody who does. The guy says he never heard of the place, but you know something? Wallen was brought here. It had to be something he found in the car.
Mr. Goodwin, anytime.
Just a minute there, Ed. Did he show or mention it to anybody at the precinct?
Nah, damn fool kept it to himself, got himself killed. All anybody's afraid he brought that paper in, right there. Last night's edition of the Gazette, that's it.
You say you're ready?
Yes.
Mr. Wolfe ought to be here, huh, Archie?
It's mighty tactless of you there, Jimmy.
Oh, that's all we need. Nero Wolfe.
Anyone could solve this case.
Yeah, but he's a genius.
Keep it moving. Come on, get out. Let's go.
I leaned back and let my mind go. Who were the other suspects here besides Carl and the pretty Tina? I knew that Philip had had 2 sons killed in World War II and had never really recovered. Fickler had been attacked bodily in the barbershop by his ex-wife and only partially recovered. He kept accusing Wolfe's barber, Jimmy, of stealing supplies, everything from combs and hair tonic to the magazines left out for the customers. Ed, my barber, was always in debt due to his devotion to keeping our racetracks open. And then there was Janet, the other manicurist.
We got a woman in the back and forensics got him, yeah. And look who's here.
You're a detective, aren't you?
Cheese and rice.
Well, if it isn't Inspector Kramer of Homicide.
What's the angle, good one?
No angle, I'm just here to get my shaving trim.
Yeah? How many times you lied to me? 1 million?
Ask Pearlie.
2 million.
Come on, guys, I just want to get a shave. Come on, leave me alone.
Okay. Hey, Ed. Ed, give him a shave. And dull the razor.
I was surprised to see Kramer on the scene, but then it was no mere citizen who'd met his death here, proving even an inspector likes to be well thought of by the rank and file.
How can I keep from having my name in the paper? I wish I was dead. Can I trust you?
Sure.
You know, I'm no great detective like you, but Carl did it all right. What'd they run for?
I wanted to mention to Ed that might be a little risky, pointing a finger at Carl. Unless he could prove it, it didn't seem wise.
You know, Fickler put Wallen in Tina's booth. After he talked to Tina, he called for Philip, Jimmy, me, and last Janet. The coppers asked me how long it was after Janet came back out. Was it 10 minutes, 15 minutes before Fickler came running out yelling his bloody head off? The thing is, I can't remember exactly, and they can't make me. But it doesn't matter, because Carl did it. You know he had fits, right? But see, they gotta have evidence. The way the system works, they need evidence. But I don't. Carl did it. How's that towel, okay?
Yeah, no, it's
The
great.
inspector don't like you being here, Goodwin. Neither do I.
That makes 3 of us. You know, you're lucky it's not Wolf's day to get his hair cut.
Yeah. You. Make this a short one, you hear me? A short one.
Wait, be back later?
Just give me a minute, huh? Just be a sec.
My folks in Michigan think I'm acting or modeling, and here, oh my God.
Yeah, well, keep going. Tell me everything.
Well, when I went back to Tina's booth, there was no doubt at all what that cop wanted. Help! Let me go! Let me go! You bastard! And if I really want a successful career the way I say I do, see the marks on my throat?
Well, that would get you top billing anywhere.
There was no mark whatsoever on her smooth, pretty throat.
I can't. It'd be so darn vulgar.
It's bound to come out in the end.
I simply can't.
Well, you know, I may even get the district attorney to make it manslaughter.
A girl has to get her career established before she gets married. That's why when I see an attractive man, I never wonder if he's married.
Yeah, good policy. Sure.
I wouldn't even ask you if you knew anyone in show business because I'd never accept help from a man. A girl has to forge her own way in this life.
Absolutely.
She has to move forward with her own passions and her own feelings of resolution.
Okay, Ed, yep,
and the way to live her life. I know that I will do everything.
The farmer's son says, "This is for you." And from that day on, Carl and I have never taken a piece of bread for granted.
It's true. We have never taken a piece of bread for granted.
I'm told that your Stalin, when he was ill several months ago, summoned 2 likely successors to his side. He also summoned 2 birds. The first candidate, terrified that the bird would fly free, squeezed the poor creature so tightly that he killed it. The second, seeing the displeasure cloud over Stalin's face, was so frightened that he hardly held the bird at all, and of course, it escaped.
Obviously, the Vardases had come clean with Wolfe. Wolfe must have felt the distant rumblings of human sympathy for these two. His daughter and his oldest friend, Marco, had been murdered by Stalin's puppets in Yugoslavia.
Bring me a bird, thundered Stalin. He held this bird by the legs, and slowly, one by one, plucked each feather of this poor creature from his tiny little body. Stalin then opened his palm, and there lay this bird, helpless, naked, shivering. And he looked up and smiled gently and said, "You see, this little bird is thankful for the human warmth of my palm."
I know you have a distaste for business during meals, but 18,000 cops would give a month's pay to get their hands on your guests here.
Ah, indeed.
Yes, I just ran into Kramer and Stebbins at the barber shop.
Confound it!
Wolfe knew that Kramer and Stebbins meant homicide, and he had a strong prejudice against entertaining murderers at his table. That lunch was one of his finest performances.
Are you enjoying this wine? The 1938 Riesling, given to me by a young man named Jacques Manchetou. You know him?
No.
No. What have you got us into now?
Did you say us?
Yes.
What do you mean? I didn't invite them to lunch. I merely let them in, which is one of my functions.
Sit down, Mr. Vardas. Sit down, Mrs. Vardas. Archie.
I filled Wolfe in on more recent events. The dead girls, the hit and run, the stolen car. But when I came to the meat of the matter, I maneuvered so I'd have a good view of Tina's face.
Fickler goes back there, and there he sees Officer Wallen laying there with a pair of scissors buried in his back.
God!
Wolfe would rather be in a room with a hungry tiger than a woman out of hand.
Don't you understand? No! My wife has a big idea of me, as I do of her. But I did not kill that man. Of course, you're going to turn us into the police now.
Sit down. I have an idea. You can go away for a few days. I know a place in the Bronx. Have you been to the Bronx? It's a safe house. You can go there for a few days. No one will bother you. Okay. Here's how you're going to get there. You don't take the subway. Do you have a car? No problem. You'll take Mr. Wolfe's car
Archie,
and drive.
Excuse me, but I cannot drive a car.
You can't drive.
I don't drive.
She'll drive.
She don't drive either.
You don't drive?
No.
You drive? Neither one of you drive?
No.
Everybody drives.
No, in America, yes, but we don't drive.
You don't drive.
Never had a chance to learn.
Never.
Archie, what is this
I want to
flummery?
establish whether they drive.
No.
Never.
Well, yeah, no, what it is, to qualify as a hit-and-run driver, you must meet certain specifications. The main one is knowing how to drive.
Let us just go ourselves.
Now, Foy, You would try to skedaddle and you would be caught within an hour. If you're not convicted of murder, you'll be apprehended for lack of documents.
Wolfe was trapped, forced to be a champion of humanity and stand by his fellow travelers. He'd have to make the ultimate sacrifice and go to work.
I want to know every word Wallen said, every question he asked, each word.
He asked about the night before.
Tina did pretty well under the circumstances.
And I were doing. I remember he took notes, and I remember he had a newspaper.
A newspaper in his hand?
Then he got to the newspaper.
Or was it under his arm?
In his hand.
In his hand?
I think, yes, I'm sure.
Was it folded?
Of course, newspapers are folded.
Just remember the newspaper as you saw it in his hand. Was it folded as if he had had it in his pocket?
No, it wasn't folded.
Was there anything unusual about it?
It was just a newspaper.
Confound it. It's impossible. If I so much as stir a finger, we'll have Kramer yelping, and I have no muzzle for him.
Yes. It is the man to fix the chair.
Oh, indeed.
You better get into the kitchen right now. All right, well, we are now harboring fugitives. Well, you are. I told Pearlie Stebbins this morning that they were in the kitchen. Now, one of the advantages of having a reputation for gags is that you can say virtually anything if you know how to play your face. You have a problem.
Yeah, voice.
Okay.
I want to know why you went to that barber shop, Goodwin.
Oh, I go there sometimes.
No, don't give me that. Graboff and Fickler both said you've been coming there for 6 years and you never once showed up just for a trim. Not once.
Where is that rectifier? You said the rectifier was
by golly,
They both
this
said
morning
you
was
just
right
come
over
there to get the works. A shampoo, a scalp massage, a haircut, and a shave. But today, of all days, you show up without an appointment and just get a trim.
Oh, it's not
So I don't believe that...
Neither Mr. Goodwin nor I is responsible for your credulity quotient, Mr. Kramer.
So you going there had nothing to do with the murder, huh?
It did not. And if you write it out, I would be happy to sign it.
No, you write it out.
How about we go down to the corner drugstore? They got a notary
No,
there.
today. I want it today.
Now, how was Mr. Goodwin supposed to have learned about this murder?
Well, I don't know. I don't have a diagram. Maybe you sent him?
Yes, well, then maybe you should get an affidavit from me. I give you my word that I did not send Archie to the barber shop, that I did not know he was going there, and that I did not know about any murder before he came home and told me.
Your word.
Yes, my word, of course. And what prompted you to come here?
A policeman was murdered. And any time Goodwin is poking around, I want to know why.
I don't believe you.
Well, I can see that money hasn't pulled you into the case because no one in it has any.
Archie, I think you're responsible for this.
What?
Yes, you're brash. You talk too much.
Were you just figuring that out?
You said something.
Oh, yeah, it's me. It's always me.
Yes, well, reconstruct it. What did you say to Mr. Kramer?
I said nothing. I said nothing.
Nothing? That's puzzling.
Practically nothing.
What did you say to Mr. Stebbins?
Nothing. Stebbins, he wanted to know what brought me there, and I... Wait a minute. Hold on. Say, maybe you're right. Yes. Stebbins asked me if I had seen Carl or Tina this morning, and I said yes. Carl or Tina, you know, Carl, and he asked if I told him I had. Because I brought them here, I told him. Put them in the kitchen.
What?
You see? I knew it! Your confounded tongue!
Is that helpful?
Yeah, well, now that he's rashly exposed our little secret, I suppose there's no sense in trying to keep it. That's what we use the kitchen for.
What?
To keep the murderers in.
What?
You're armed, aren't you? Go and get them. Archie, open the door.
Bullheaded as Kramer was, our buildup might have convinced him to go take a look. But the thought of how silly he would look coming back complicated it for
him. Nuts. I gotta get back to work. Don't bother.
Lost 10 pounds.
I'm going to the plant rooms. Admit no more displaced persons to this house. 2 is quite enough.
How is everyone?
What is going on here? We want to go. We will pay you the $50.
Well, you can't. That was Inspector Kramer. Since we told him you were here...
Why did you tell him?
You betrayed us.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's the Hitler-Stalin technique in reverse. See?
Stalin?
Yes, they told barefaced lies to have it taken for the truth. We tell barefaced truth to have it taken for a lie.
You are not a serious person.
And proud of it, but I'm here to tell you that we're stuck. And so are you. And we're all going to have to wait for Wolfe's genius to come into effect here, all right?
Things were no longer simple. Proving neither Carl nor Tina could drive a car proved nothing about Carl plunging scissors into Jake Wallen's back in a fit of rage.
Well, hello, Pearlie. Hey, your boss just left.
Well, look, Janet took a whack on the head.
She what?
I'll only talk to you.
Sure. Fritz, listen, I have to hop it, right? Give them freedom of movement, but keep them inside and set 2 extra places for dinner.
Yes, Mr. Goodwin, sir.
Pearlie.
In the back, won't talk to anybody but Archie Goodwin.
Any wonder my opinion of myself is what it is?
Hi, Archie.
Let me just check your pump here. Oh, your pump is good. Mind if I inspect your head?
Be very careful.
Yes. Good thing you got a good thick skull.
You know, I started to scream, but it was too late. I was sitting in the customer's chair, just sitting, trying to think. And there was a noise behind me, and I looked up and saw him reflected in the glass, just standing there with his arm raised.
Wait a minute. You were here? You were like this? Yes, go on.
Yes, I was sitting, trying to think.
Now, before he struck you, could you see the reflection?
Yeah.
Did you recognize who it was?
Yes. It was the one they call Sergeant Stebbings.
That's Stebbins, Pearlie Stebbins.
Yes, Sergeant Purely Stebbings.
Right.
Purely Stebbings, and that's why I had to tell you and not them. You see, he came at me with such brute force, a look of terror in his eyes, mad passion. He was groping at me, starting to tear at my clothes, and he brought up his hand, and he brought it down on my head, and then I fell to the ground. But I can't honestly say it was him that hit me.
You can't.
Well, I know that it was him standing behind me with his arm raised, and then that something hit me in the head. One can only draw conclusions.
Yes, sounds logical.
People should be very careful what they accuse other people of.
I agree.
But that's why I need you. Because when the reporters come and say, "Who hit you?" I'd have to say, "I don't know." And they say, "Well, why did he hit you?" And I'd say, "I don't know." And who would want to read that? So I'll refer them to you instead.
Refer who?
The reporters. That's how you'll earn your 10%.
10%?
As my manager. It's a standard fee.
Oh, very good idea. But the thing about reporters is, they like to get a jump on the police.
What's that?
Well, for instance, if Stebbins crowned you, right? He must have had an accomplice. We'll call him X.
But I don't remember anything like that.
Now, you want the reporters to hate you? Or you want them to listen to your story?
Yeah.
Yeah, and take in every word and
Yeah.
put your picture in the paper and make you famous.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, then this is what we're going to do. We're going to try to help you remember. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. Close them. That's it. All right, now I'm going to take you back. Who was it that came around the corner? Was it Philip? Philip coming around the corner. Was it Ed, maybe? It was Ed. Maybe it was Fickler.
It was Jimmy! Oh my God, it was Jimmy because he's crazy and he's got a red face because he's got high blood pressure and he drinks too much and he always wants to take me drinking, but I say no because I'm not that kind of girl. But I know that Jimmy has got to be X! Oh, my head.
Oh, boy. Oh, well, I don't have to ask you. If you heard it all, if you shoot her, send her brain to Johns Hopkins. Can I go now?
No.
No?
No. She might insist on seeing her manager again. I ain't sold Jesus unfurnished inside her head as she lets on. 3 months ago, she shoved a full-grown human male out of his own car into a ditch.
Oh, well, that's all well and good and everything, but Fritz made some pork, see? So I gotta get home.
Oh, well, yeah? Well, we'd all like to go home for dinner. Nobody leaves. Nobody!
A little privacy, please.
What?
Despite his bad phone manners, I filled him in.
You say no progress has been made?
got a little some progress. Jan asked me to be her manager. I'm giving you my notice.
For you.
It looks like the whole party is going to be moved downtown, so I will not be able to join you for that delicious pork.
You mean this thing will not be settled before dinner?
Well, I doubt it. I mean, do you mind?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but looks like you might have to dine with those murderers in the kitchen again.
Confound it!
The reading material was still the same, a 2-week-old Time and the New Yorker I'd read. So I passed the time by analyzing the dirt Pearlie had assembled on the Goldenrod gang. It seems Fickler had done a turn in '46 for assault. Jimmy Kirk, Wolfe's guy, had expensive taste for a barber. Philip Tarraco went off the rails when his wife left and spent the year in a booby hatch. And nothing much to hang a murder on, so my mind wandered back naturally to Janet, which of course was even more hopeless. What, Fritz? Yeah. When did he leave? What? He's going where? Fritz, I can't hear you.
Excuse me, sir. Can't come in here. Archie, where's Mr. Kramer?
Well, let him in, Tiny.
Jimmy, I have come for a trim.
Well, isn't that something, Pearlie? Nero Wolfe, who never leaves his brownstone, coincidentally comes to a barber shop, which coincidentally is the scene of a homicide.
Which is, coincidentally, only several hours after Archie Goodwin also, coincidentally, shows up at the same crime scene, claiming all he wanted was a shave.
Yeah, a series of coincidences for the books, huh? What the hell's going on here, Wolfe?
Jimmy, my trim, if you please.
Go ahead, give him a trim, Jimmy.
Not too short like last time, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we believe you. You're getting your damn hair cut. Now tell us why you're really here and cut the crap about the murderers in the kitchen.
Do you wish to harass me, or do you want to catch a murderer?
You know what I want, Wolfe.
Then let me propose a series of assumptions, merely on the basis of exploration. Do you want to hear them?
Just don't drag it out.
The first one being this: that Detective Wallen found something in the car that killed the 2 women. Where is Miss Stahl?
She's in the back laying down on her head.
Well, she can't sit up, can she? How have you been, Jimmy?
Just fine.
Psst. Did you bring the reporter?
Listen, girl, you're getting off easy. Nero Wolfe is here with a suggestion. I want your opinion on it.
But what about the...
No buts.
How's that little fellow you live with, your roommate?
Petey? Yeah, he's good.
All right, he's waiting. Now, come on, you want me to carry you?
Certainly not.
All right.
By the way, you're fired.
Cut the chit-chat. Let's get back to the assumptions, Wolfe.
Would you turn me around, Jimmy, please?
Sit down.
There, that's
Sit down.
perfect. Thank you. Now, the first one is that Wallen found something in the car, an object. Couldn't have been something he was told, for there was no one to tell him anything.
We made that assumption without your help.
Yes, my felicitations. The second is that Wallen brought the object here wrapped in the newspaper he was carrying. Not too short back there, Jimmy. Not too short.
Yes, sir.
Not like last time, which was an early edition of the news, on sale last evening, not on sale this morning.
Yeah, we already got that one, too.
And it was not merely stuffed in his pocket. He had it in his hand, unfolded, the way it is on the newsstand.
You seem to know a hell of a lot about that paper.
I know nothing you don't know. Not to put too fine a point on it, Jimmy. Not like last time.
But not too much off the back. Yes, sir.
That's right. Now, it's difficult to account for his carrying a stale newspaper in such a manner unless it was a container for something else, an object. Now, the fourth assumption is that whatever the object was, the murderer got hold of it and disposed of it.
Yeah, Carl Vardis, and he landed.
Well, I believe I'll have a shave now, Jimmy.
Sure, but you don't need a shave, Mr. Wolfe.
I'll have a shave, Jimmy.
Sure.
Now, the fifth assumption is that the murderer was neither Carl nor Tina.
What the hell are you talking about now?
Wait. Tell us why.
Well, if we assume that Carl and Tina are not involved, then they did not take the object away with them, and it is still here, in this shop. I can assume your surveillance has been constant and alert. Could anyone have removed such an object from the shop?
No.
How good a no, Mr. Stebbins?
Good enough for me, Mr. Wolfe.
Then the seventh and last assumption is this, that no proper search for such an object has been made on account of your assumption of Carl and Tina's guilt. What we're after is an object with something on it that identifies it as coming from the shop. Something with the name or address or phone number, perhaps. Something flat, perhaps, of considerable dimension and easily recognizable. Now, all of you were questioned by Mr. Wallen, correct?
Yes.
Then only the murderer saw the object or was told of it. You too, Jimmy. Stop and think a moment.
Oh, I can work and think, Mr. Wolfe.
This is a turkey. Say we find what you're looking for. What's it going to get us?
Fingerprints.
Nuts. If it belongs here, it's going to have their prints on it.
Not their fingerprints, Mr. Stebbins. Detective Wallen's fingerprints.
Oh,
Mr. Fickler, you look like you've been thinking hard.
Yeah, I have been thinking hard, yeah.
I don't know.
Philip.
Like I said, I don't know what.
Ed.
You got me. Pass.
You pass. Miss Stahl?
I think he was keeping the newspaper so that he could read it. I know I do that sometimes. Say I don't have time in the evening. Well, the next morning...
Jimmy?
I can't think of an object like that in the shop, Mr. Wolfe. Not a one.
Phooey, either you have no brains at all, or you're all involved in the conspiracy. Now, I'm looking at such an object right now. The magazines. Yes, you subscribe to them, Mr. Fickler. If they come through the mail, the name and address is on them, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, they all have a name and address on them. Oh, shucks, not this one.
Hey, drop that. Don't touch that.
Oh, but the name and address isn't on it.
Give me that. Get out of here.
That magazine comes in a brown wrapper, but the rest of them don't. For instance, that Time magazine over there on the ledge. The addressee is on the cover. What if he took it from here and had it in his pocket when he stole the car, then did not notice that it had fallen from his pocket to the seat where Wallen found it?
Oh, I remember. Remember, Jimmy? You came by this morning with that towel and that magazine, and then you tossed it on the shelf. I remember I asked you if you'd been stealing it.
Settle down, buddy. Hey, get over here. Get over here. Put the cuffs on him. Come on, get him out of here. There's your cuff killer, boys. Take him down, Pat.
Jimmy?
Confound it. Would have been my barber.
Thank you.
You know damn well what's going to happen. Danger is going to come back. Again and again and again until one cold night, there's not enough feathers and no warm place to hide away.
Oh, shut up.
You know what the problem is here? You just won't stick your neck out. You know, General Carpenter owes you.
What's he saying?
Why don't you get him working on it?
That's right.
As a matter of fact, I have his home phone number.
Archer.
Yeah, let's get him working on it. I mean, what the hell? Person to person is a measly buck. I'll just give him a little call.
I got my naturalization papers 24 years ago.
Well, this isn't about you. There you are, comrade.
Yeah, operator. I'd like to make a person-to-person call to General Carpenter.
What? $50.
We must escape this danger. We must escape it.
See?
Are you going to turn us in?
No, they would not.
Operator, what?
This is not a bad danger.
I do not wish to contact him.
Not a bad danger.
Good danger, bad danger. This is good danger.
There is no such thing.
He means not to hide anymore.
Yeah, listen, you get through this danger, you'll never have to face the bad danger ever again.
General, it's Nero Wolfe. You did receive the truffles? Yes, we had to go to Perigo. Good, good. Yes, there is a matter that I wish to discuss with you, and it concerns two exemplary people who would make very significant additions to the citizenry of this country. Yes, you will. Good. Early next week, they will be there. Good. Goodbye. Gott Wort.
Gott Wort.
Gott Wort.
Oh, ho, ho.
Satisfactory, Fritz.
There we are.
To a great man, Nero Wolfe.
Two great men.
Two great men. Shut your darling. Yanachnu.
To you, yeah.
Your health, security, and happiness.
Thank you.
He asked about Carl and I. I told him we were DPs from Italy, but tomorrow he will return and he will ask to see our papers. We can't go back there. We have to leave New York today. Now!
Tell him what he asked.
Oh, he asked about last night, about where I was and what I was doing from the time the shop closes, 6:30 from then on.
And he went and talked to everyone in the shop. He asked the same thing.
We left. We went home and we packed. But then we decided we don't know where to go, so we decided the best thing would be to come to you.
And Mr. Wolfe.
Carl likes you the best of all the customers. And you only tip him a dime, so it's not that. I have noticed you myself. The way you look, like a man who would break rules.
Damn it! Beat it! Don't you get it? You left. That alone tags you. What were you doing last night? Breaking more rules?
No, we went straight home as usual.
We were asleep by 10:30. Ah, you're here. Where were you? You were gone today. What happened, huh? Oh, you have that look on your face. Were you being naughty?
Tell me what'd you get? What'd you get? Huh? What's the surprise?
Time magazine for
Time
you.
magazine, yes.
Life magazine for
Oh,
you.
Life magazine. Very good, very
Now,
good.
now.
What?
An American toaster.
Ah, was it expensive?
No. Mr. Weinstein gives you a very good price.
Look. What's this?
Peanut butter. Taste it.
Where do you see Chillicothe, Ohio?
Is that west? We want to go west. But you see, we don't know where to go. This Ohio, maybe. We need your help. I have $50 here.
Please, we must escape this danger. We must escape it.
Hunter.
We must.
Hunter. See? Hunter. We do love this country.
Sure. Oh, no, it's fine. Really, no problem. If you insist. Yes. Now, tell me about this danger.
I met Tina 3 years ago in a concentration camp in Russia. I would tell you why, but believe me when I tell you, they would never have let us get out alive.
But you are alive.
They think we're dead.
Vargas was not our name. We took that name back in Istanbul.
No places and no people.
Yes, you're most right. So, at a certain time, in a certain way, we crossed the ocean.
We tried very hard to come to this country according to your rules, but it was in no way possible.
Since we are here, I could say that we would be healthy and happy beyond our dreams, except for the danger. We do not know what minute someone will come and ask us how we got here. This minute that went by, it was all right. No one asked. But then there's the next minute, and the next minute, and the next minute.
And now the danger has come. This morning, a man came to the barber shop and he asked us questions. An official, a policeman detective.
I love this country.
Oh, it's good, isn't it?
Well, if you're clean for last night, why didn't you just stay put this morning?
You are an American. When a policeman asks you a question, everyone in your country answers with you. Two people alone cannot answer a policeman's question. They need a country. Tina and I, we have no country.
Archie, what the devil is going on?
This Carl here from the barbershop and his wife Tina. You've seen her too. They were just a little grumpy. All right, you buy yourself a detective. Now, you need to just stay put. I'm going to talk to Wolfe. I'm going to go to the barbershop. I'm going to try to straighten this whole thing out. Now, important. If you hear a buzzer, bring Mr. Wolfe a bottle of beer, but do not open it. No, you save that for a lawyer.
Thank you, thank you.
Beer is in the fridge right over there.
Thank you, thank you.
Buzzer, bring beer, not to be opened.
Thank you.
Buzzer, beer, don't open. Buzzer. Buzzer, beer, don't open.
Amma deresi, amma derin içine ne yaz? İnce amma net.
I'm going out.
Where?
That pair of foreigners got themselves in quite a mess.
Can I have a shave here? Sit up, sit up. Just do a little hot towels and then you'll be little fella. We get you one of those little seats. We'll bring you sorry about that. Just a little nick. We'll fix that up. Nice. That feels good. No problem. Oh, how much? Oh. There we go. Nice. Hey, over here. I don't like. Hey, Francis, you want to sharpen these clippers?
When an early morning controversy propelled Fritz from the brownstone to the fishmonger's and left me to fend for myself, I procured an egg and anchovy sandwich from the drugstore.
It's very, very nice to meet your acquaintance. Yeah.
You'll have to wait.
Mr. Goodwin, we are here.
Yeah, wonderful. Do you have a reservation?
You told me once people in danger only have to mention your name.
Yeah, well, sometimes I talk too much.
And Mr. Wolfe, he is a great man. Two great men.
No, he's a great man. I'm just a caddy, and I... Oh, yes. Barbershop Carl. Name's Carl. Yeah, and Tina, right? Yes, I didn't recognize you with a hat on.
We love this country.
We love this country.